Alright, just want to show how I Deluxify non-round tokens. The round tokens, I personally like coin capsules, especially if they're perfect fit. That's usually good to go. But for these non-rounds, I like to put some UV resin on them, and I like this one in particular. It's got the nice little applicator nozzle. It makes it easy to get around, like you'll see. And then this right here comes with it, and it's super inexpensive. I think it was like for two of these and this, it's like 20 bucks. And this beats, for me, it beats the two-part epoxy. It beats it real good every single time. So what I'll do is I've already got half of this half over here done. And I mean, you could, if you want, you could take some time to like either seal the sides, because the resin doesn't always get all the way around. If it does, it falls and it gets a big mess. So you want to seal the sides, or some people will get little those paint pens and kind of make it the same color, and that's really nice. You could do that too. I don't really, maybe for a game I really loved, I would do that. This one isn't one of those. This is more like just a demonstration, and we'll play the game a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4, but it's not. It's something that's an evergreen for us. It's just kind of a fun little thing. So I'm just gonna give it a demonstration how I do this. I also use a little pen, a little UV pen, and that helps to keep it from running over the sides. Sometimes it'll run over the sides if you don't if you don't use this. But as I'm going, you'll see me use this to just kind of flash harden the sides to keep it from falling over. So, alright, I'll just show how fast this process can be with this is a little over 20 tokens. Just how quickly you can get this done. So here we go. And you can ask, well, why would I want to do this to my tokens? I mean, a couple reasons. And the simplest reason is, well, it's fun to handle and click these around and play with them. They're more aesthetically pleasing. And the more time you take with these, the nicer they look. See how that's coming off? See, if I wouldn't have had this light, this would have all come over the edge. And later on, if you want any that, you can you snip it off with this. Snip. These are nice to have. These are like, they come free with 3D printers usually, but they're not expensive. So this little thing right here saved us a whole mess, and you could see where I've had messes on this board before. It just saved a whole mess from getting off on the sides. So, yeah. And I'll go from one to another just like this, because I like to try to find ways. You don't have to do it this way. You can do just one at a time, but I mean, I got lots of these I'd like to get done, and I got tons of other stuff that I'm supposed to be doing instead of this, so the quicker the better. And like I said, I'm not getting too hung up if these are perfect or not. There are some people who, you want it to be perfect. Listen, I get it. That's fine. I'm not going to judge you for that. Make it perfect. Oh, see, it's starting to come over the sides. See? Hopefully I'll get it in time. That's what happens when you're not careful. Luckily I stopped that, and we'll just snip that off later. And yeah, if I was going slower and being more methodical, I would probably have a lot less accidents and things running over the side. But At the end of the day, it's not that big a deal. And I still say, you know, if you have the chance, if the game comes with like nice acrylics or fancy doodads, for me, it's almost always worth, at least until I get caught up on all of the games that I have to Deluxify still. It's almost always worth just paying that extra money for me if I want it Deluxified and to just have somebody else do it. But sometimes you don't have that option. Sometimes that option isn't out there. So why not just do it yourself? It's not super expensive. I mean, to get the stuff, you know, these costs $20, and you could use, you don't have to have these little wood things that I use. You could use some cardboard, cut out cardboard. I just happen to have these laying around, so it just makes it a lot easier. Oh, son of a gun. See, you got to be mindful. I like to harden this real quick just to keep it from getting too big of a mess. If you're not mindful, you will bump these over. Yeah. So why would you do so outside of just, you know, just the aesthetic appeal of Deluxification? It keeps them from getting messy. So I run a gaming group, and as we keep getting bigger, my goal eventually one day is to allow people to, you know, like check games out and stuff. I think that would be fantastic. So I've contacted our local library, and it doesn't sound like they have any interest in lending games out. And we've got a fantastic library, and not quite in town. It's downtown, but I want to make mine a little bit easier to access for people who are right here in my community, especially for my gaming group in general and specifically. So if you've already got these, you know, sealed and protected like this, could I seal them with just like some clear spray paint sealer? Sure, I could do that, but I'm trying to get away from spray paint as much as I can. I don't love it. It's tough. It's hard to store. I mean, we've got like 100 cans of spray paint for different things, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm moving on from spray paint. I'm gonna find some other ways. So if this is sealed, you don't have to worry about the tokens, you know, getting yucky and greasy and whatnot. These wipe super easily if someone were to get something all over it, but if something were to spill on these, they're not ruined. Especially if you seal the sides, it's even better. So there's that reason too. So if you ever, you know, lend your games out, or you have people playing your games and you don't want to freak out about people maybe having stuff on their fingers or accidentally spilling something on it, and you don't want to be the guy that says, oh no food or drink at the table. You don't want to be that guy. Then this is not only does it look cool when you're done, and it feels cool if you have people that have like that have the feelies and like to touch stuff. Not only all that, but it's practical too. So, oh, that one's starting to come over the edge. Let me see. Are there any? I think I have to come. Oh, womp womp. That's what happens. I wasn't paying attention. So we'll just have to snip that off later. You can always come back and touch them up too if you need to. Why did I do that right there? So then I'll turn this on. A long press. One press gets you 60, two presses gets you 120, and a long press gets you even longer, I think. Paul, thank you for that. I don't know how long, but yeah, maybe it doubles them. So just let that go, and after a couple of minutes, they come out hard. They're ready to go. You don't have to wait for them to cure, set up, harden, nothing. You're good to go. And even after this, if I want, I can always go back and seal the sides or paint the sides or whatever. It's no big deal. All right, well, for those who wanted to know how to do it, that's how you did it. Peace. Keep gaming.